Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going through a deload workout. So this week I'm in a complete deload, so all of my training days, so all 4 of them is going to be in a deload capacity. The way I'm doing my deload this week is that I'm bringing down all of my intensity of my lifts to about 70%. The best reason to do a deload is if you are struggling with your rest and recovery, if you are plateauing on certain exercises. For me in particular, my hamstrings have really taken a beating recently. So this deload is basically going to help me to bring my body back up to full rest and recovery. So that the week after, when I come back to my training split, which is a new one as well, so I'm super excited about that. But when I come back to my training split, everything is going to be a lot easier. I'm going to feel 10 times stronger. It's not lazy. You're not going to lose your gains just from doing one deload week. It's a really good idea if you are struggling with the things that I've just mentioned. So let's get straight into my workout today. We are going to do legs and we're going to start off with our warm-up. So really help to open up your hips and 10, and then I'll switch over and do the same thing. And now I'm going to go across my body. The one thing you really want to do with these is make sure you're actually opening your legs up as much as you possibly can. Okay, so the first machine we're going to start off with is the seated leg curl. So I'll do 2 sets of 2 different exercises that are focused on the hamstrings, hence why I said my hamstring recovery is like really poor. Because we're only training at 70% intensity, I would normally do 72.5 kg for around 8 reps. We're going to strip that right back to 50 kg and we're going to go for 8 to 10 reps, but we're going to be focusing more about form and how the exercise actually feels, instead of just focusing on the fact that it is a lighter weight. And it's probably going to be quite easy, but if we focus on form, then it's probably going to make it a little bit more challenging. So that's kind of how we're going to start off with this workout. So I'm just going to set the machine up and then give it a go for 2 sets. I'll do 52.5. 52.5. I'll do 52.5. Oh, hang on. I'm having a bit of trouble with the machine. Okay. All right then. So we'll do 52.5 and we'll go for probably 8 to 10 reps and we'll see how this feels. Oh, I didn't set my watch up. Let me set my watch up first. Okay, all right, we're going to go for 10 reps. We'll go for 10 reps. 2. 3. So you can see I'm able to control this weight a lot more, really focusing on that pause at the bottom of the movement and then slowly coming back up. So that's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we're going to go for 2 more. And the last one. Yeah, that's fine. We'll rest there for a sec. Now we're moving on to goblet squats. So heel elevated goblet squats. It's going to be mainly quad focused. Normally I do 28 to 30 kg. So I'll do 28 minus 30%. So that's 19.6. So I'll get a 20 kg. And we'll do our, again, 8 to 10, 3 sets of goblet squats at this new intensity. So for my goblet squats, I'm just going to put 2 plates down on the floor. I'm going to have to work out the distance of to how far away these should be. So that's probably good. We're just going to come squat straight down. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, making sure my knees are actually in line on this one because that's what I struggle with the most. Okay, so we're going to go into my second set of goblet squats. The 20 felt good, so we're going to stick with that for now. Again, heels just elevated, which is going to make it more quad focused. Really making sure that I'm keeping my body upright because that's something that I really struggle with, squats. I normally do these on the Smith machine. I've got bad problems with my knees, so squats can always be a little bit challenging for me. So I think stripping the weight down on movements like this is actually really important. So I'm going to go for 10 reps, and this will be my second set of my goblets. Oh, yeah, that was good. Normally I would do a normal lying leg curl on top of the seated leg curls that I've already done for hamstrings. However, my coach has changed it for unilateral, which means one leg at a time. So normally I do 39 kg, I think, and that's with both legs, training intensity. This one is hard. This machine is horrible. So I think for this one, if I do 39 divided by 2, so that's 19.5. I think we'll start off with 15 and then we'll see how that feels. Yeah, we'll start with 15 kg and we'll see how that feels. So if I do 39 divided by 2, so then 19.5, take away 30%. I get really stressed out when I have to use a calculator. It's 13.65. Yeah, we'll start with 15 and we'll see how that feels, I think. So we're going to go for 12 of unilateral legs. I'm going to do my left leg first. So let's go. Just before the plates touch. And straight back up again. Oh, I really feel that one in my hamstring. That's 3. And 4. And 6. Good. Just really controlling it. Wasn't too bad. That was all right. We did 10 reps. I felt as if 12 was probably going to be a little bit more on the cusp of intensity than what I'm looking for. So we stopped at 10. However, if I was to go any lighter than that, it just wouldn't, I know it just wouldn't, there would be no point. So starting at 15, we're going to do the same thing on my right leg. I normally would always start with my weaker leg first, especially for single leg movements, just because your stronger leg is going to have obviously a lot more energy. So if you do your stronger leg first, put everything into it, because you don't realize you're doing that, then you come to your slightly weaker leg, it's going to be a lot harder. So I always start on my weaker leg first, just to give it more of a chance. And that's also why single leg movements are great, because if you have any muscular imbalances in terms of one leg being stronger than the other, which I do, obviously doing your single leg is just helping you to put more pressure on the muscles that you're working individually, instead of letting the slightly heavier leg, the stronger leg, compensate for the lack of muscle in your less dominant leg. Move on to walking lunges. Normally, I would do a 25 kg bag. However, I'm doing these slightly differently to how I would normally do them. So I think today we're probably going to do 10. I know that's like cutting it almost in half, but we'll see what 10 feels like. If I feel like I can go a little bit heavier, then I'll probably just go to 15. But I'm just going to basically do 2 reps of up and down on the track, 2 full lengths. Again, quad focused and with the bag on my back. That's our first one done. I think I'm going to go up to 15. Okay, so for hip abduction, we're doing 92.5. Normally, at like full capacity, take away 30%. So 64.75. I know this one, I'm just going to do 65, but this one I know for a fact is actually going to be really challenging, because I always find with hip abduction, when you really slow it down, it really hurts. So yeah, we'll do 65 on this one, and I'm going to be leaning as far forward as possible, which will basically help to target the glute medius a little bit more. So we'll go for 10 reps at 65 kg. That's 9. And the last one now. 10. Oh, my buns. Okay, that's abductor ticked off. Right, we've got one last exercise now. We're going to go back upstairs and we're going to do sled push. Okay, so we're going for 40. I think this is going to be quite easy. Okay, so that was my workout for my deload week, my first leg day session of the week. It was good. It felt strange. I can't lie. It feels weird at the beginning because you have to really think about your intensity. Once you slow everything down, like, it does feel good. Most people say they get bored when they're on a deload. I can definitely see why people say that. It is, you know, obviously a lot more fun pushing yourself all the way. But yeah, the deload is just really important. So that was my deload and how I kind of got around working out my intensity levels and stuff. I'm finished now for my workout. I'm going to literally do 10 minutes of an incline walk on the treadmill and then some stretching, and I'm all done. If you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to me as well. If you want to follow me on my socials, on Instagram and TikTok, is Emily Sands Fitness. And I will see you guys next time for another video.